Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tanya Love, and welcome to the Tanya Love Show. I'm so excited that you're joining us today and that you took time from your busy schedule, because I know many of you have things going on. So thank you so much for taking a little time to improve your own life and to come connect with us. This week, I'm feeling an intuition to just focus on the laws of attraction. And yesterday, I led a workshop on the laws of attraction, and we created vision boards, which was really fun. And I had a few students come out, and we just played and I think I still have glue under my fingernails today, but we had such a good time. And I was, as I was creating these vision boards with them, and we were just talking about our dreams and our goals, and I was kind of bouncing ideas off of them to help them understand where they are maybe tripping up when they're trying to manifest. And so I asked them questions to get to know what's going on with them. And the common denominator was that they have a goal, they have a dream, and they get impatient. They get frustrated when that dream's not manifesting fast enough. And then they go into self-doubt and they start feeling helpless or hopeless. Oh, I could never make that happen. It'll never happen. And so I was very proud of them for being so honest, because part of our evolution and our healing is coming from our honesty. And if we can't really be honest with where we're tripping ourselves up, where we're sabotaging our goals, then we're going to stay stuck in that land of denial. So I encourage you, if you are struggling in some way, have the courage to admit and acknowledge that you are a participant in that struggle, and to tune into that in a way of exploration, rather than to judge yourself because you're struggling. Say you're sick, or your money's not where you want it to be, your relationships aren't what you want them to be. We can easily get triggered by our ego and go into this destructive mode where we're just having this inner dialogue of doubt and inner conflict, and we're not loving ourselves, and we're questioning our abilities as creators. And if you can really catch that, that is the first step. It's just catching that with awareness, really tuning in and thinking, wait a minute, why did I just say I suck at this? Like, why would I say that? Why would I affirm to the universe how bad I am at something? Rather than, maybe I could tune in and what would be a higher thought? Okay, let me feel this. How about every moment I'm getting better and better at this, or I am opening up to greater awareness and wisdom. I am improving daily. Everything I desire is coming to me with ease and grace. There's a lot of affirmations that we can start to put in place of these negative, lower vibrational affirmations. And I promise you that as you catch that inner dialogue, as you catch those affirmations and you shift them, you will shift your external experience. It is the law of attraction. It is the law of the universe. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is the laws of attraction. And the focus today is on manifesting miracles and what's involved in manifesting a miracle. And it's really not that you have to be this magical being that's been chosen by the angels. Like, I witness magical experiences all the time. And yes, I was called by angels to lead as a healer. But I believe that every one of us has this opportunity and this opening to connect and to create whatever they want. Like, I remember talking to Amnon one day after the show, and he was talking about how he manifested this car that he wanted. Like, what was it, Amnon? Some Jeep or something that you got, right?
It was a ferret.
What is it?
It's an English armored car, yeah.
Okay. And so we were chatting about it, and he was sharing how he just wanted one, and he's like, I know it's going to come to me, and I'm going to get it for a good deal, and I'm just going to be patient. And do you want to share just like a quick little thing? I kind of put you on the spot, but do you want to share how you got that?
I always like the way that they look. It's like a little tank. Mm-hmm. And I'm into restoring military vehicles, but I've never had a tank. Mm-hmm. So I looked online, and it's a British thing. They only made about 4,000 of them. So what was my chances of seeing one?
Exactly.
And then somebody local actually had two of them, and the wife said you can only keep one.
Are you so happy that wife said that?
So, of course. So I bought it from him, and it was fun for many years.
Awesome. And it just sort of, you put your focus out there, you set the intention.
Yeah.
And then it came, you found it.
Right.
So when that process was happening, was there several months of a process where you put out your feelers, you're looking, and you're patiently waiting to find it?
I would say it was probably a few years.
Okay, so it could be years, months. So as you're in that process, did you remember keeping a positive attitude about it?
Always.
It's going to come.
I always thought about it. I said, one of these days, I'm going to have one of them. One of these days, I'm going to have one of them.
Perfect.
And I knew it. When I saw it, I knew it.
Yes. So that is a perfect way to describe. I wanted to use your situation because it took him a couple years to manifest this car he wanted. Does he need this tank? Did you need it, Amnon?
No.
No. And did you get it anyway?
I got it anyway, and I got it for a lot less than what I thought it would be.
Exactly. And so the point I'm making with that is that sometimes people think, people get things they want because they're lucky, or they were born into a rich family, or, like everything good comes to them, but not me. They think that it has to come instantaneously. I think it's part of our societal thing where we're just so into instant gratification now that we've forgotten this art. Actually, there's an art to patience. Like, you make a fine wine, it takes time. If you have a relationship that you feel just so in love and safe and secure in, it probably took a little time to have that feeling because it's developed over time. So a lot of times the people that struggle, like the clients I was helping, they said they got caught up in this, I need it now. And when it didn't come, instead of like Amnon focusing on, you know what, I haven't found it yet, but it's going to be mine someday. And I can feel it. And I'm going to drive that thing and I'm going to get it for a good deal. At some level, he knew that, and he kept putting out that vibration, and it came closer and closer and closer to him. And then he had the opportunity where it was right in his face. He sees it, how much it costs, and he had to go for it. So another thing that I see people trip up on when it comes to manifesting is they will get the car. Say you want this dream car like Amnon did, and he sees it on the internet, and then he goes, oh, I could never afford it. I can't have it. It's probably too much. My wife maybe won't let me. Like, we can go into this inner dialogue of doubt. And so what that's like energetically to the universe is like you would open the door and you said, I would love this dream of mine to come. And then the dream thing that you want, it's right in your face. And then you say, oh, I can't afford it. Slam. You slam the door right in that dream. So a lot of us really need to tune in. As a healer, what I help clients heal, the most important part of the healing I do is to help clear this deep wound of self-worth. I'm not worth it. I'm not good enough. That is at the core of all human struggle. Once that gets healed and you know you are worthy, that you do deserve, it's like a buffet. Life is like this buffet, and you know that you can just look out and say, I would like some of that, and I'll take a little of this. And it's not because you necessarily need it. Like Amnon didn't need that car, but he wanted it, and he focused on having it, and now he has it. And so it's not about this thing that you think it is, where a lot of people think it's luck, or it's if you're entitled, if you were born into a rich family. All of that is ego. That is not truth. Law of attraction focuses on your vibration, period. So whatever you've got going on in yourself vibrationally today is what you are sending out signals to the universe connected to. So if today you aren't feeling very well and you're in chronic thought of, oh God, I hope it's not worse. I hope it's not cancer. Oh my God, there's signs. Now I'm looking for all the symptoms. Could it be? You're really going in the wrong direction, and you're not meaning to cause yourself the suffering because maybe you just don't understand the law of attraction and how it works. But it takes a lot of awareness to stop focusing on the lack and the fear and to really focus on what we want, what we desire, so that even though it's not here yet, you're not feeling your best. You're feeling kind of weak today. You're tired. Just keep your focus and your vibration in ease. The more you can relax, go get a massage, go lay down and meditate. Just rest your body, quiet your mind, and focus on your wholeness. Focus on how awesome it's going to be to feel good again, to go outside and to just do things that maybe you took for granted until you got sick. if you're in a situation with money and today you have $50 in your bank account and you want to have $5,000 in your bank account, go and give gratitude for the 50 and feel vibrational excitement for when that 5,000 is going to be in there. Yes, the fairies are chiming.
Yep, we have a caller.
Okay, so what do we got?
Hey, Tanya, it's your beloved Ron.
Aw, hey, baby. So do you have a question?
Well, yeah, because you talk about calling it forth, and given our relationship, you consciously called it forth after your relationship or previous marriage and things, where I was calling something forth not consciously. So how does that work? Knowing my soul knew that I needed something different, something better, but I didn't physically call out to the universe. I didn't know that the universe would really support me then.
Yeah.
And that you're understanding all that, but I never had the connection like that to where now I understand it more. So can it be done unconsciously, where you don't know what you're calling for, and then it comes in, and it's got to be something that you're just concentrating on, and it just comes forth, but you may not even logically know that.
Exactly. So that is a great question, because people will unconsciously call things forth that they want and that they don't want. So yes, can you create unconsciously? Most humans create daily unconsciously. So the good, the bad, the ugly, they create it unconsciously often. Coming into the conscious creation is a journey of self-awareness. So a lot of times when it's not necessarily just yogis and people that meditate, but often the ones that are really conscious of their creations are very aware. They have quieted the mind chatter. There's been people in sports like Michael Jordan, who he used to actually meditate before games, and he would visualize that basket getting bigger and the ball being very small and very easy to put in that basket. So he was consciously focusing on what he wanted, and he created it. At the same time, there were people playing that game with him that were unconsciously visualizing winning or losing, and yes, it was happening in their life. So for me, when I knew what I was leaving behind and I knew what I wanted to call in, I was powerfully focused on what I wanted and calling it in. And you, at some level, were unconsciously calling that in as well. And then when we came together, I even feel like at a soul level, we came together and I was there to help assist you in understanding that. And you were also helping me feel things where I could trust humans again. So there was this really beautiful relationship that came from us both calling for our desire. And so, yes, absolutely, you can create. If you're worrying about money today, and you're not conscious that you are, like you're busy, but you're unconsciously worrying, you'll manifest lack. So go ahead. Did you have something else you want to say?
Yeah, when I was unconsciously, trying to call something forth in a positive sense, I remember unconsciously calling in the negative. I was down quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
can you remember what was going on in you at the core? Like when you would be, okay, I want this, but then you get into internal dialogue of, oh, I'm not good enough on this. Do you remember a feeling of that? Like some kind of deeper, I'm not worthy?
Yeah, and my self-confidence to kind of preyed on my partner's lack of confidence as well. And our daughter's the same way. Ashley was kind of the same way. Just, quick to anger, quick to, oh, wow, that's just not going to work out. I mean, you've heard my pessimism sometimes. I just, you use a word for it, or, I just like, oh, well, that's not going to work. They're looking at me like, what do you mean it's not going to work? I'm like, man, you're right. Why do I even throw that out there? And I hear it at work all the time. I hear it all the time, and people just don't understand the power of that. But I did call forth a lot of negativity, and given where I am now and where we are now, I don't do that. Sometimes I fall into it a little bit, kind of like last weekend going to the company picnic, and things were just not going right. It's just traffic. It's just events and things like